My crush showed me signs he liked me for 3 weeks straight. Then he turned around and asked out my best friend, Nolan, right in front of me. What I did next wasn't clean, but it worked. Marcus Rivera looked me dead in the eyes during 4th period English and smiled like I was the only person in the room. 3 days later, he asked out my best friend while I was standing right there. Let me back up. I'm Eli, 14, quiet, the kind of kid who notices everything but says nothing. Marcus had been in my English class since September, and for 3 weeks straight he was doing things. Saving me a seat. Texting me first. Sliding me notes during Mr. Okafor's grammar lectures that said stuff like, "You're literally the only interesting person here." I told my best friend Nolan everything. Nolan, who once memorized every Will Smith movie in order just to win an argument with me about nothing. That Nolan. He listened, nodded, told me to go for it. Then on a Wednesday I remember because we had a quiz on The Outsiders. Marcus walked up to us at lunch and said real casual, "Hey Nolan, you want to hang out Friday?" Not me. Nolan. My stomach didn't drop. It caved, like the floor just decided it was done. Marcus glanced at me right after he said it, not by accident. He held the glance for exactly 1 second, long enough to clock my expression, then looked back at Nolan like I wasn't there. That's when I understood. He had been collecting my reactions the whole time, like a hobby. Nolan said yes, because Nolan didn't know. I never told him how deep it had gotten. That part was on me. Here's where I crossed the line. Marcus had told me something back in week 2, during one of those notes in English, that he'd been suspended from his last school. Said it like a secret, like it made him interesting. I thought about it now, and the shame I felt wasn't about Marcus. It was about what I was already deciding to do. I told one person. Jalen, who sits behind Marcus in 3rd period history and has the loudest mouth in the 8th grade. I mentioned it casually like old news. My voice came out steady. I hated that it did. He did not already know. Jalen looked almost uninterested at first. Just nodded, went back to his phone. My chest tightened. Then, at the end of the day, I saw him corner 2 people by the water fountain, and I understood the plan was still moving. By Thursday morning, the hallway was buzzing. I was at my locker when Marcus came around the corner and saw the cluster of people who went quiet as he passed. His jaw shifted. Someone said something I couldn't hear, and Marcus laughed. Too fast, too loud. Then spent the next 40 minutes in visible damage control. He was performing calm. I recognized it because I'd been performing calm all week too. Friday plans with Nolan got canceled. I won. Technically. Nolan found out what I did, from Jalen obviously. He came up to me Friday after school and didn't yell. He just looked at me and said, "Was that actually about Marcus or was it about me?" I didn't answer fast enough. He nodded like that, confirmed something, and walked away. Marcus is fine. Drama fades in 2 weeks. Everyone knows that. But Nolan and I are weird in a way we've never been before, and I keep thinking about the look on his face right before he turned around. Not angry, just done. I got what I wanted. I lost what mattered. I'm sitting with that.